Terrible news coming out of London. Another boxer passed away. 29-year-old Sherif Lawal. If I'm saying his name wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, man, this is the second boxer death that I know of this year.
Sherif Lawal died after getting knocked down in his first professional fight in London on Sunday, the BBC reported. Lawal, who was already injured in the bout, was punched in the temple by Malam Varela in the 4th round. The 29-year-old middleweight dropped to the canvas, but the referee didn't even finish the count of 10 because the fighter clearly was in distress, a witness told media outlets. Medical personnel worked on Lawal for about 20 minutes before he was taken away on a stretcher, according to media outlets. He reportedly was in cardiac arrest. The British Boxing Board of Control issued condolences to Lawal's family.
So it's just terrible, terrible situation. The guy, you know, his first professional fight as a boxer, and he got hit with the big shot, and he got knocked out, and unfortunately he passed away. You know, the fight game is no joke. It's absolutely no joke. It's so interesting to me how, you know, you just never know. You really just never know. There's fighters who've been knocked out double-digit times, you know, brutally knocked out. You know, like Alistair Overeem comes to mind. He's been knocked out a bunch of times, but he talks perfectly fine. You know, he clearly didn't die from getting knocked out. You know, there's so many guys like Justin Gaethje's been in this brutal wars, taking a lot of big shots. But then you have a guy like this, he gets hit once. We don't know what happened before that. We don't know. Apparently all his medicals were cleared. We don't know how his training went. We don't really know that stuff, but it's just so unfortunate, and it's so weird to see, you know, certain fighters get into wars, get knocked out multiple times, have just a perfectly fine career, nothing happens, you know? And then you have this guy, 29 years old, his first professional boxing match, he gets into the fight, gets hit, and he dies, you know? It's just a weird, really weird game, you know? You know, it's not gonna stop me from fighting. Any sport is dangerous, but it makes me want to train even harder and stay focused and make sure my technique and my defense is on point. You know, he got hit in the temple, and that's what caused him to get knocked out, and unfortunately he passed away. But it's just so interesting to me how, you know, certain people can get hit, even though they're tough guys, they're tough fighters, you know, and they get hit and they die. But, you know, in the UFC, they've had over 10,000 fights. Nobody's ever died, right? And there's been crazy, crazy fights. So boxing is definitely more dangerous than MMA. And it's just very weird how, you know, you can have these matchups. I personally, I don't know what happened, but, I mean, it has to be something in the training, right? It has to be something in, you know, maybe he was injured before the fight, or maybe not. Maybe it's just luck of the draw. You know, maybe just, you know, it is a dangerous sport. Anything can happen, but it's just crazy to me. It's just really hard for me to wrap my head around these situations. You know, with the boxer that passed away earlier this year, Artie, you know, that's more understandable because apparently he got knocked out twice in 1 month preparing for his fight, you know. And then the third time he got knocked out, you know, it was just a really bad situation. Artie Dembo from Africa, from Congo, and he came to Vegas, you know, rest in peace to him. But now Sherif Lawal, I don't really know too much about him. You know, I tried to find the fight, I couldn't find it online. I just know he's from the UK, from London, and he's 29 years old. He had his fight, he got hit in the temple and passed away. You know, take these, if you're planning on fighting, really consider these things. And, you know, even if you get into a street fight, understand that when you throw punches and when you're going after somebody, you really are risking your life, you know, and you have to take it seriously, especially if you go into the ring or the cage, whether it's amateur or pro. You have to really take it seriously and be fully prepared. Even if you're doing Taekwondo, you know, you can get knocked out in these sports, and it's just a very dangerous game, combat sports. It's a beautiful game. It's what we love. I love it. You know, I'm never going to stop it. It's been sparked so much to me in my life, but it's like it is a dangerous sport, and it's something that we all have to really take into consideration when we're watching these sports, and really respect these athletes when they go in there, because they are risking their lives every time they go into that cage or that ring, you know. And it's just something to think about, you know. Rest in peace to Sherif Lawler, and you know, I hope no more fighters die this year. I hope no more boxers die this year, you know. And you know, big respect to any man who steps into that ring or cage, because it's very serious business, you know. Much love. I appreciate you guys. Peace.